Attention passionate Dallas Cowboys fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East, and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Dallas Cowboys' path to another championship run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before we dive in, if you're a true Dallas Cowboys fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and fellow Dallas Cowboys fans. Let's get to the news. Now, folks, we know that every NFL season brings its share of surprises, twists, and turns. But this latest development involving the Dallas Cowboys is definitely one of those moments that could have long-lasting implications for the team's future. It's not just about a player or a single game. It's about the bigger picture, the roster moves, the injury updates, and how all of this shapes the Cowboys' chances of making another deep playoff run. So, let us break it down piece by piece, because what we're seeing right now is a combination of roster management, injury setbacks, and strategic adjustments that could define the Cowboys' 2024 season and beyond. First, let us talk about the recent news that has been making waves in the NFL community. The Dallas Cowboys announced that they've reached an injury settlement and released wide receiver Jaylen Brooks. Yes, Brooks, the young receiver drafted in the 7th round of the 2023 NFL Draft out of South Carolina, is no longer part of the team. It's a move that, on the surface, might seem minor, but when you consider the context, it's part of a bigger picture. Brooks, who appeared in 7 games during his rookie season, caught all 6 of his targets for 64 yards, showing flashes of potential, but also facing the tough reality of NFL roster competition. In 2024, he managed to double his production, playing in 14 games and catching 12 passes for 177 yards and his first NFL touchdown, a milestone that many young receivers dream of. But this year, things took a turn. He only appeared in 1 game before suffering a knee injury that ultimately led to his release. It's a reminder of how brutal the NFL can be, especially for young players fighting for roster spots and trying to carve out a role. Overall, Brooks finished his stint with Dallas having appeared in 21 games with 18 receptions, 241 yards, and that 1 touchdown. Now he is set to hit the free agency market. Looking for a new team? A fresh start, something every player hopes for after a tough injury setback. But for the Cowboys, the move isn't just about losing a young receiver. It's about what they have at the position now, especially with the return of key players who had been sidelined. And that's where the story gets even more interesting. Because let us be honest, the Cowboys are stacked at wide receiver right now. CeeDee Lamb, who has been one of the most dynamic and reliable weapons in the league, made his highly anticipated return last Sunday after missing a few weeks with an ankle injury. And what did he do? Picked up right where he left off. Lamb caught 5 passes for 110 yards and a touchdown, reminding everyone just how vital he is to this offense. His return couldn't have come at a better time, especially considering how much the team's passing game has been built around him. Now, I know some fans might worry about the injury, but the way Lamb looked, running routes and making plays, it's clear he is back to full strength and ready to continue dominating. But Lamb wasn't the only receiver to come back into the fold. Cavonte Turpin, a key special teams and offensive weapon, returned from a 2-week absence due to a foot injury. Turpin has been a spark for Dallas this season, both as a returner and as a versatile receiver. In 5 games, he has caught 12 passes for 176 yards and a touchdown, plus 6 rushes for 23 yards. Not only that, he is a Pro Bowl and All-Pro returner, adding another dimension to the Cowboys' offense that defenses have to account for. His return means more speed, more explosiveness, and more options for Dak Prescott, who has been steadily improving and looking to lead this team deep into the playoffs. And speaking of receivers making an impact, let us not forget George Pickens. Now, I know some might think of him as a newcomer, but in his first season in Dallas after that offseason trade, he has been putting together a Pro Bowl caliber campaign. Pickens has hauled in 36 receptions for 607 yards and 6 touchdowns, already a career high for him. This kind of production from a player in his first year in Dallas is a huge boost for the offense, especially considering the injuries and inconsistencies they faced earlier in the season. Pickens has shown he can be a true playmaker, someone who can stretch the field and make those contested catches that keep the chains moving and defenses honest. And the depth at wide receiver doesn't stop there. The Cowboys also have Jalen Tolbert, Ryan Flournoy, and Jonathan Mingo, giving Dak Prescott a variety of targets, different styles of receivers, and plenty of options to keep defenses guessing. It really highlights the strength of this team's roster, especially at a position that is so crucial in today's NFL. With so many weapons, the Cowboys can adapt their game plan week by week, exploiting matchups and keeping defenses on their toes. That's the kind of versatility and depth that championship teams need, and it's a testament to the team's scouting and drafting over recent years. Now, I want to shift gears a little and talk about the bigger picture. The NFC East has been as competitive as ever, and with teams like the Eagles, Giants, and Commanders all fighting for playoff positioning, every game, every injury update, and every roster move counts. The Cowboys have been in a bit of a roller coaster this season, but their ability to bounce back from setbacks, like the injury to Lamb or the absence of Turpin, shows resilience. It also highlights how well-coached and deep this roster is. The return of Lamb and Turpin, combined with the emerging play of other receivers, suggests that the Cowboys are now in a strong position to push forward in the second half of the season. This situation also raises interesting questions about the team's strategies moving forward. Will they look to add more receivers via trade or free agency? Will they rely on the depth they currently have? And how will the coaching staff balance their rotation to keep everyone fresh and involved? These are the kinds of questions fans should be asking because, at this point in the season, every detail matters. The Cowboys have a talented core, but injuries are part of the game, and how they adapt to those challenges can make all the difference in reaching the Super Bowl. Another aspect worth mentioning is the importance of the quarterback in all of this. Dak Prescott has been showing steady improvement, especially with the return of key targets like Lamb and Turpin. His chemistry with these receivers is vital, and the confidence he is gaining from having such a talented and versatile group around him is evident. The offensive line has also been doing a good job protecting him, which is essential for the passing game to flourish. Prescott's leadership and decision-making will be crucial as the season progresses, especially under the pressure of playoff races and division battles. And let us not forget about the defense, which has been playing at a high level all season. The defense's ability to complement the offense, create turnovers, and keep opponents off the scoreboard is what makes the Cowboys a real contender. When your offense is clicking, and your defense can make those game-changing plays, you're in a great position to make a deep postseason run. The defensive stars have been consistent, and with the depth and talent on that side of the ball, the Cowboys have a well-rounded team that can match up with anyone in the league. Looking ahead, the schedule remains challenging, but with the team's current form and the return of key players, there is a lot of optimism among the fan base. The Cowboys are aiming for that elusive Super Bowl, and every move, every game, every injury recovery adds another piece to the puzzle. The team's front office and coaching staff have shown they recommitted to building a roster capable of competing at the highest level, and the current state of the team reflects that. Fans should be excited about what's coming next, because the second half of the season could see Dallas hitting their stride at just the right moment. So, in summary, the release of Jaylen Brooks is just one piece of a much larger puzzle. It is a reminder of how tough and competitive the NFL is, but also how resilient the Cowboys are when it comes to overcoming adversity. The return of Lamb and Turpin, along with the emergence of Pickens and the depth at the receiver position, give Dallas a formidable offensive arsenal. The team's defense continues to be a strength, and with Dak Prescott leading a talented group of playmakers, the Cowboys are poised to make a serious push. The NFC East remains a dogfight, but Dallas has all the pieces to not just compete, but to dominate. And now, Dallas Cowboys fans, I want to hear from you. What is your take on all this? How do you see the team's chances moving forward? Are you confident that the depth at wide receiver and the resilience shown so far will carry them through the second half of the season? Drop your thoughts in the comments below because your opinion matters so much to us and to the Cowboys. Remember, I'll be back soon with more updates, rumors, and deep dives into everything happening around your favorite team. So, stay tuned, stay passionate, and let us keep supporting the Dallas Cowboys every step of the way.